I bring you another tidbit from the Hideway. Today's tidbit, Duplin County, is brought to you by Statesboro Agency for all your insurance needs and Lanier Deal and Proctor CPAs, two wonderful corporate locally owned members. You may not know it, but some of your ancestors just may have come to Bulloch County from Duplin County, North Carolina. Many years ago, Smith Banks brought me a bottle of Duplin County muscadine wine. I just love their logo, which has a beautiful lighthouse. North Carolina has the prettiest lighthouses that I've ever seen, especially along the Outer Banks. This winery has been in business for over 40 years. It began in Rose Hill, North Carolina in 1971 with two brothers, Dan and David Fussell. For literally centuries, muscadine wine has been made in Bulloch County, mostly by families, a few bottles at the time. Bulloch County did have Meinhardt Vineyards that was very successful at first. I drove through it a few weeks ago when it's deserted. It was very sad. Okay, let's go back to Duplin County. It was created in 1750 in the eastern part of North Carolina, and the Cape Fear River flows right through it. It was settled by Scottish Highlanders, French Huguenots, the Scotch-Irish, and African Americans, all of which we have right here in Bulloch County, lots of them. These people came to what is now Bulloch County in the early 1800s. Surnames that are familiar to us include, and a bunch of you are a member of our historical society, Alderman, that's my family lineage, Bradley, Clark, Franklin, Hendricks, Hutchison, Lanier, Lewis, Middleton, Parrish, Smith, Sullivan, Ward, Watkins, Wales, and Williamson. I'm by no means saying that your surname is one of these that you came from Duplin, but you could have. I know some of my people did. At the early part of the last century, several very prominent citizens bought their fancy wine from Pleasant Valley Wine Company in Reims, New York. I have 3 letters to this winery for 3 orders. The winery is still in production today, and look at this gorgeous Italianate style of its main building. You wonder how it survived Prohibition? Well, it made sacramental wine and also medicinal wine. Yeah, sure. At the early part of the last century, several prominent citizens bought wine here. This first letter is from the Statesboro Telephone Company. It's signed by J.L. Matthews, who is the brother to corporate member Bland Matthews' great-grandfather. He was known as Jim, and he was brother to Charlie Bland Matthews. Charlie Bland was Charlie Joe's daddy. We all remember Mr. Charlie Joe. You got it? This letter is dated March 6, 1908. The letterhead lists Mr. Matthews and also J.A. Brannon, our first mayor. It reads, from the Statesboro Telephone Company, Gentlemen, I attach hereto my check for $17.23 in settlement of your invoice of February the 24th. Kindly acknowledge receipt. Thanking you advance for your promptness, I am truly yours, J.L. Matthews. Wonderful letter from 1908. The next letter I have is from Smith and Olive, high grade horses and mules. This letter is from W.T. Smith, and it's dated October 1, 1907. It reads, Gents, please ship Helen Coli, 30 gallons of sweet Catawba wine. Ship to this place and ship it once. And oblige, W.T. Smith. Mr. Smith is the granddaddy of one of my favorite friends and neighbors on Savannah Avenue that we lost last year, Rebecca Fay Foy Smith. So, Mr. W.T. that signed this letter is the great-grandfather of society members Jimmy and Fay Foy Smith Franklin. Well, I had to dig a little deeper on this one for some research. The 30 gallons of wine was a type of wine that was mixed with Artemisia absinthium during fermentation. It gave the wine a bitter, refreshing taste. I just wonder what happened in 1907 in Statesboro that required 30 gallons of wine. Would love to do some more research on this. The third letter I have is from ETM Anderson and Son, dated February 6, 1911, and it's signed by the same. The letterhead, as you can see here, is fantastic. Exclusive agents for Summers Barnesville Buggies, dealers in buggies, harness, saddles, bridles, American steel wire fencing, agents for Chattanooga wagons, Chattanooga 1 and 2 horse plows, and 2 and 3 horse disc plows. The letter reads, "Gentlemen, I'm pleased to hand you herewith my check for $15.25 in full settlement of November 26th inventory. Yours very truly, E.M. Anderson and Son." Well, no mention of wine in this letter, as it's referred to as inventory. Love the address of Reims, New York. Having lived in Gay Paris for a while, the Reims caught my eye and I did a little research. The town where the Pleasant Valley Wine Company hails from began to produce sparkling wine in 1865, which earned it the nickname of Reims of America. Please let me know if you'd like this bottle I've shown of Duplin County wine. It will turn to vinegar if left at the Hideway. Till next time, bye.